Hey folks, Les Mo here in the morning. It's almost 10:25 here in Ohio. Get everything adjusted. And I'm retired, so I get up when I want to get up. Well, it won't be long now. And what does that mean? I'm going to tell you because you never asked. We got all these forensic examinations coming. A lot of people scared. A lot of people are terrified of what's going to be found. Some people's going to deny that they're going to deny it because it hasn't been through a court of law. But even if it was, some people would but there's people that's never going to accept the facts about this. All they want to do is argue. All they want to do is slander. All they want to do is insult. That's no solution. That's smoke. That's just smoke. That's diversion. That's a typical diversionary tactic of a liberal just to muddy up the waters. The truth's coming out. And the fact of the matter is, the court's coming. The court's coming. So just stay tuned. Time will tell. And all I want is the truth. That's all I want is the truth. And but I'm pretty sure I know where the truth is going to lie, but people's going to deny it. For some, I have tried my best, folks. I have tried my best to think like a liberal, to just for a little bit warp my mind to think like a liberal. I can't do it. I cannot do it. My moral compass won't allow me to go there. My morals won't allow me to go there. My Christian foundation won't allow me to go there because there's nothing there valuable. There's nothing there. Everything there is. I don't. There's no truth in it. There's no dignity. There's nothing there for me anyway. Now, people live any way you want to live. That's fine with me. All right. But when when you have to steal things, when you have to be treasonous, when you have to destroy others, lie, cheat, steal, and sometimes incarcerate others to get what you want, there's not much to you. But stay tuned, folks. This is going to pan out. Truth will rise. But like I said, some people, it don't matter what happens. Some people will never believe what's about to come out. Some people are not interested in the truth. Some people are so clouded by their own prejudices and so sold out to their own way of thinking, they're not persuadable. The only thing that I ever done try to do through these videos is, number one, give information, share information. Number two, get intelligent conversation, which that's hard to find. And number three is to provoke thought. And when you provoke thought in a reasonably minded person, you don't get back insults and cussing and degrading. When you provoke thought in somebody that's interested in the truth, you get a dialogue, and that's what America is missing, is dialogue, because not everybody, but so many people are hung up on they're so dogmatic about what they believe that, and they're so biased. And they've sold out to a party, or they're so sold out to an ideology, they're not teachable. They won't learn anything other than what they think. And one of the biggest mistakes a person should ever make, folks, actually probably more than one, but two right off the top of my head, is not be teachable and stick to your truth in the light of the overwhelming facts. In other words, no matter what the facts is, no matter what truth is, you're going to believe what you want to believe. Everything else will be darned. And nothing else matters except for what you believe, the way you believe it. Folks, I'm telling you, that right there is because of your feelings, your poor little feelings. Okay? You're and you know, it's just like that battle flag back there. All right, that triggers liberals. That's the first thing they'll go to. They'll call you a white supremacist. They'll degrade your ancestors. It's all they can do. They have no truth in them. They're not interested in truth. That flag back there, and for you liberals that love to tear down statues and want to erase history and want to accuse God-fearing Christian people being white supremacists, blah, blah, blah. That battle flag right there, okay, is, to me, it's no different than a statue, a Confederate statue. It's no different than a picture of Robert E. Lee. History's history. Treasonous or not treasonous. Okay, it's not even. You don't argue about history. All right, it's documented. You read it. You learn from it. You accept it as being history, regardless of what it is. And people on the left need to understand that, but they use it for a talking point. They use it for an insult. They use it to degrade people because they do not want intelligent conversation. And that's not all of them, but that's what you see on Facebook. That's what you see on YouTube. That's what you'll see on any of these public forums instead of intelligent conversation. And so, but my goal is here is to provoke thought in open-minded people. I've got opinions and views on about everything. In my 64 years, I've been a lot of places, done a lot of things, worn a lot of hats. But I'm not an expert. I'm not a know-it-all in anything. I'm teachable. So instead of your ignorant insults, enlighten me with some facts, lay some truth on me, and let's have a dialogue. But be that as it may, people are people, and they're going to do what they do. And but that's fine with me. But folks, uh, we got a lot of forensic audits coming up. Joe Von Pulitzer is involved in probably most, if not all of them, in some way, some form. Just be patient. Truth, I'm sure, is going to prevail here. You don't commit such a heinous, broad crime right out in the open. It's right out in the open. You don't do that and cover up all your tracks. There's always going to be a trail left. And criminals, they'll say criminals always return to the scene of the crime. They did that with the special election on the 6th. So they returned to the scene of the crime. So there's fingerprints, footprints, evidence everywhere. So for y'all that want to deny this happened and deny the truth, be open-minded about things, because I've said this for a long time. And, these elections, any election, okay, is more important. The integrity, the honesty, getting it right is more important. Truth is more important than me being a liberal or a conservative. Truth is more important than me being Democrat or Republican or independent or libertarian. I want the truth. I want the facts. As human beings, the best place for us to start in accepting truth is to realize that there's things in this world worth dying for, and there's things in this world, can't hardly do that, things in this world that's bigger than us. And the survival of this country is bigger than me. It is worth dying for. That's why I served in the military and wore the uniform. Now, that's a long story, but all this patriotism stuff didn't dawn on me until I got older in life. When you're young and you're full of pea and vinegar, you just, whatever, you just run around like a wild horse and just, you're your own man, you're your own boss, you don't have a lick of wisdom. Truth is just whatever you want truth to be. You have no experiences in much of anything. And that's human nature. And it's hard to rein that in. And you see a lot of rebellion in the youth. You always have. Down through history. Your preteen, teenagers, there's even rebellious adults. And but most of the time, 95% of the rebellion is in the younger generations. And it's been that way throughout history. And like I said, there's not a lick of wisdom there, and they're not out to learn anything because they know everything, you know. And they're just emotionally driven. And that's what the Democratic Party feeds on is emotion. And, your emotions will send you straight to hell. Your emotions will ruin your life. Your emotions will cause you legal problems. Your emotions are misguiding. Your emotions will lie to you. And that you can't get that through the thick skull of the youth of any generation, no matter. That's you know, humans' nature is that way, and very few find wisdom at a young age. Some do, but very few do. And I've always said youth is a dangerous thing in the hands of a fool. And we see it all the time around the world. And that's just how it is, folks. But truth is truth, no matter what. If you're not open to facts and truth, then you're misguided. You're lying to yourself. So, but anyhow, be that as it may, as they say. But arguing and carrying on over this cyber media is just a fool's game, and I ain't gonna do it. I've got a pile of news articles over here for my show tonight on Armed Radio. I got 2 more shows left on Armed Radio, and I'm done with that. So after a few years of that, a couple of years, whatever it's been, I'm gonna focus on this stuff. But America is a precious place. America is a place where, as you can see, look at the borders. People want to flood into here. But once America is destroyed, it's turned into Venezuela, or it's turned into Cuba, or it's turned into any communist country around the world. There's nowhere else to go. Americans have nowhere to flee to. That's why we stay here. And the people who want to change this country, if you don't like it, why don't you just go somewhere else? And I'll tell you why. Because they're sucking on the tit of our prosperity. That's exactly why. Okay, and so there's no plainer way to put it. And, America has always helped people. We've got programs, we've got our counties have welfare systems for people. Folks, there's people out there that really need help that are Americans, that really need the benefits that we have. There's people out there that really need the food stamps. They really need the welfare. They really need their single mothers and poor people that really need the health care that America offers. But what are we doing? Fixing to put up a bunch of illegals in motel rooms. When we got people sleeping right in the street, and we've got poor people that need aid right here in America, and all this catering to foreigners. Instead of trying to straighten their own country out, they just flood into here. It's much easier to suck the resources out of another country than it is to change your own. See, there's very little risk to life and limb to come to America and violate our laws. Okay, but they're not. They don't love their country enough to risk their life to change it. And that's what it boils down to. They're not patriotic people. They don't love their country enough to die for it. Our founding fathers did. And that's the huge difference between us and them. So, folks, I'll be back later with some news you can use. And I just want to get on here and ramble a little bit this morning. And but I just be patient. Be patient, folks. Be patient. Because I'm confident, while I'm 20 minutes into this, I'm confident when these forensic audits are done, investigations will explode and things will start to happen. And, I don't care if you're Republican or Democrat, if you're dirty and you're involved in any kind of voter fraud or any kind of shenanigans, I don't care. I want you prosecuted. Okay. Too many people bled and died and sacrificed their fortunes and limbs for this country. So that's how I feel about it. Hey, just a little rambling, less SkyMo. Just thought I'd get this off my chest. Get on here and just tell you how I feel. Like I said, you because you never ask. So let's have my appeal to you that disagree is to have intelligent conversation. Okay? Let's try that. All right, folks. Love you. God bless you. So let's SkyMo and I'll be back.